the segment.
Okay, so we'll watch out for that, Anant Raj. But let's put focus on the financial space. A whole host of banks, NBFCs posted their Q3 business updates. Krishnan ASV, the lead analyst BFSI at HDFC Securities, joins us now to discuss more on that. Krishnan, good morning and Happy New Year to you. I think Bajaj Finance is on everyone's mind because, you know, post the business updates that came through, there was a big sell-off in the stock. It wasn't a bad picture posted by Bajaj Finance, but I guess it's slower growth compared to what we've seen earlier. What do you do now?
Hi Sonia, wish you a very happy new year too. Not much has changed from last Monday to now, I mean, when we were featured. So I think Bajaj Finance, among a few financial service names, is definitely pricing in a fairly high, steep growth. So to that extent, it was not a disappointment on our numbers, but then we were consistently below consensus as far as growth forecasts are concerned for the foreseeable future. So to that extent, 27% did not seem an outlandishly bad number. However, as I said, the market, I mean, the street was probably pricing in fairly steep estimates there. Having said that, it remains a very strong franchise. Just that a lot of these financial service names, when they are pricing in high growth, any disappointment there becomes fairly meaningful for the stock price.
Krishnan, hi, morning. So what should one do with that stock now? It's down some 25-26% from its highs. You know, there is also this thing that eventually, will it become a bank? I mean, the RBI wants it, I guess, wants it too. You know, some believe that could lead to some more derating, but that's, I mean, of course, what if? At this point, is there enough comfort in terms of valuations or not really? Your sense?
So we had officially a reduced recommendation on Bajaj Finance. However, having said that, the correction in the stock price has been fairly steep, so it does begin to look attractive with every correction thereafter. All the structural reasons about it having reached a certain critical size and now having to become a bank, I think all of those will continue to weigh down. I mean, even if well-managed franchise, I think there are these regulatory costs and statutory obligations which will start building up. Plus, also remember there is a Bajaj Housing Finance that may have to get listed within the next 3 years, according to the list that the RBI has given. So there are some of these factors which will probably weigh down on Bajaj Finance. Having said that, I mean, as I mentioned, with every passing correction, I think the stock does seem a little more attractive. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hi, Krishnan. What about IDBI Bank? You know, there's been some progress with regard to the privatization. What's your quick comment on that? Well, the stock was higher in the last couple of sessions on hopes that there could be enough demand. What's your sense?
We don't have IDBI Bank under coverage. Generally, we think the investable universe in PSU banks is fairly limited just because ownership has moved from PSU to a private sector LIC in this case. Does not materially change the nature of the beast. But yeah, we don't have specific coverage on IDBI Bank. What we would look forward to is what happens to ratings, right? Typically, if ownership moves, there are lots of these PSU banks which actually weather the storm based on the fact that they are sovereign entities, right? So the ratings are based on such factors which are essentially crucial for their rating. So I'm sure there are, I mean, incoming investors also probably have certain responsibilities and certain assurances coming from the government as to how long that rating might continue, etc. So I think it's very conditional, to be very honest.
Okay. Federal Bank has been a stock that you've liked for a long time, but that stock has gone from 80 to 140 in the last 6 months. You see more upsides there?
Yeah, we have a buy there, long time coming. So yeah, we still remain very constructive on the name. I think this is one of the mid-sized banks which can actually break out towards becoming a sustainable franchise. I think they're already doing all the right things there. Yeah.
All right. And before we let you go, there are big earnings coming through this week as well. You have HDFC Bank on 14. There's ICICI Bank on 21st. If you had to buy, from a long-term standpoint, a couple of stocks ahead of their earnings, which ones would they be? Where are you expecting a strong set this time?
So, I mean, very obviously, we can't recommend HDFC Bank. That remains a parent
Sure,
entity.
of course.
ICICI Bank remains our top pick. I think increasingly you will see banks, at least the private sector banks, because loan growth is so much higher than deposit growth, they will be far more selective in moving towards high ROE businesses, higher yielding asset classes. I think that selective allocation of capital is what will play out over the next year, is what I say. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, Krishnan, for stopping by and giving us your view on the banking space.